Hey everybody, welcome back, man. Have a seat, make yourself at home, but don't get too comfortable because this is my house, it's not yours, and you're gonna have to leave soon. But for right now, welcome back to New Stuff TV, the Untechnical Tech channel. I'm your host, Antoine, go big or go home Richardson, because today we're gonna be talking about something big from Hisense. Their messaging this season is go big or go home because their TV lineups are available all the way up to 100 inches. At least I know the U8QG is, and that's what we're gonna be talking about today. Fortunately for me, I got the 65-inch because honestly, I do not have room for a 100-inch TV. I know it sounds weird, right? Not wanting a 100-inch TV. That's just freaking big, man. I think most common households are using like anywhere between 65, 75, and 85s. Those 98s and 100, 110 inches, man, it's nice. I can only imagine it. That's a big TV, man. I gotta try it out at some point. Hisense. Maybe you want to hook your boy up, you know, let your boy hold a 100-inch TV, man. I'll see if I can move some furniture around. Either way, let's get into it, man. So for the last few days, I have enjoyed the luxury of having a Hisense or 65-inch U8QG mini LED TV in my household, man. Me and my wife, we actually had a movie night a couple of nights ago. We watched The Accountant for the first time, and it was an amazing experience. We actually did a video on that. You'll have to check that one out because we have fun doing the movie night videos. Either way, let's jump into this U8QG. So as far as the hardware, it sits on a 2-height pedestal base with cable management for the detachable power cord. Man, this thing has ports for days, including 2 USB-A's and 3 HDMI 4K 165Hz. And let's not forget to mention that USB-C display port on the side. That's kind of slick. That way you don't have to like be reaching around the back of your TV or taking it off the wall to, you know, hook up an exterior display to it. And they got speakers all over this thing. In fact, there's 8 of them. They're on the top, the bottom, the sides, and even 2 passive radiators for the onboard sub. They give you a lot of detailed settings so you can dial your sound in. And that falls right in line because this is a premium TV and it has that 4.1.2 system in there. They did a great job with the picture quality, which I'll jump into later, but I gotta tell you, man, I'm highly impressed with the sound quality of this thing. If you don't already have a soundbar or a system set up, you can take your sweet time saving up for one because it sounds fantastic coming right out of the box. Then you go in and dial in your settings the way you want to, and you're gonna get some really premium sound. Even the 65-inch model gives off a wide sound stage with a decent Atmos experience. And as far as the bass goes, explosions, engine roars, and big booms are going to sound really good too. Even the dialogue is really clean with Dolby Dialogue enhancement turned on. So yeah, man, basically you don't need a soundbar unless you want rear surround and like a physical subwoofer, like deep bass that you can put in the corner of the room somewhere. This bad boy is pretty thick and heavy too. That's probably because it's got all them daggone speakers in there. Hey, do you guys remember the 110-inch UX TVs from last year? Yeah, man, this one has a very similar design, so it's got that all-around premium look to it, just like those UX models. And compared to last year's models, the remote is a clear and present example of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I'm here for it all day. The UI is ridiculously fast and responsive, and that's something I really love because y'all know I can't stand a laggy ass interface on a TV. Now, a small detail that bothered me from last year's model has also been addressed. Now you can customize your quick settings bar. You know, when you hit the quick settings and the bar comes on the bottom, like, and everything is like in its own specific spot. Now you can kind of shuffle those things around and move them to where you want them to be. It's the little things, man. I also found some bonus features. You can now do multi-view by taking advantage of the screen sharing capabilities for sports, gaming, and movies. They've also thrown in some intelligent picture and sound settings that are actually good. Now, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Sometimes these things don't work out in real life like the manufacturer intended. These are actually good. But y'all know me, man. I settled in on filmmaker mode, but trust me, all these presets actually look pretty good. Honestly, I got the whole thing up and running with a solid picture with just a few minor adjustments and tweaks. Now that's important to me, man, because I'm not the guy who wants to spend a whole bunch of time calibrating and dialing in a TV. I would rather just buy something, set it on the TV stand, and just do a couple of things and get it up and running so I can spend my time enjoying my new toy and watching it versus spending time setting it up. I think Hisense definitely did a good job on this with the U8QG. Now let's get into some of the content I watched. The Accountant. Okay, my wife has been asking me to watch this movie for years and I've just been saying no and avoiding it. But we finally settled in and watched it for our movie night with the TV, and the first thing I noticed was the black bars at the top and bottom. They were actually black. So much so that I actually turned off the bias lighting in the back just to make sure my eyes wasn't playing tricks on me, man. They were actually black. Very, very impressive. So I looked even closer, at the text on the screen when it first came on and it says The Accountant. Very, very minimal blooming on this TV, man, which is an excellent job on the part of Hisense. Bonnie actually thought this was an OLED because previous to this, I did a video for the LG B5 and she just thought I had OLEDs in the house, I guess. Anyway, she was talking about how she was glad we were watching this on an OLED because she could clearly see a lot of details in his gear, like, his LBV and his clothes and stuff like that on some of the dark fighting scenes. I just let her just ramble on about all these details that she's seeing. And finally I said, babe, this is not an OLED. This is the Hisense U8. These are mini LED TVs. That's how impressive this was. Now, my wife is actually even less of a TV expert than I am, but seriously, the dark details that you're getting out of this TV was actually really good. The skin tones were good, and there was no color banding, like in some gradient color scenes, especially in the dark scenes. You did not see any of that, like that banding and pixelation that you get in dark scenes when you're watching a lot of other TVs. My regular shows on all my other apps look really good too, but I'll have to admit, the upscaling was not one of his strong points, especially when I was watching Tubi. Now, in typical Hisense fashion, this thing gets mega bright, but the U8QG seems to control it really well though, and it can literally rival any type of reflection. As far as viewing angles go, I only noticed a little bit of saturation loss when I watched it off axis. Now, I'm the guy that sits right on the couch in front of the TV because it's my TV. I don't really care about what everybody else is seeing. I'm not an off-axis guy, but if that's important to you, yeah, you're only gonna lose a little bit of color saturation. It's not that serious, man. So invite your friends over and put them on the bar stool off to the side of the couch. So gaming at 165 Hertz. Well, I don't know what that life is like, but I did play Spidey 2 at 120 and it looked damn good. Man, every time I do one of these videos, it makes me realize how much I don't game anymore. Man, I'm sick of this. I'm gonna start blocking out some dedicated time to defend the world and humanity from symbiotes and the cordyceps. Now, I'm no expert in this kind of stuff, but what I do know is the Hisense U8QG is a force of a TV. Hey man, I went online to check the prices of the 65 and the 75-inch models of this TV. Bruh, they are damn near giving these things away. Be sure to click those links in the description and the pinned comment to see the most current and latest pricing. Dude, they're just giving them away at this point. Either way, y'all keep being good to each other and I'll see you when I see you.